Recording in progress. Welcome everyone to July Mastery Monday. So wonderful to be here with you. I'm excited to share what we're going to be working through this Mastery Monday. So for those of you who are new with us, Mastery Monday, I lead a short heart coherence meditation just to unify us as a group, and then I'll share a bit about the topic of Mastery Monday and then lead a meditation, and then after the meditation there'll be time for some shares from you all, or questions that you may have, and we'll be here for an hour or so. So thank you everyone for being here, and you can invite everyone in this moment that you wish to just take a nice deep breath. And as you're taking a nice deep breath, just acknowledging yourself, acknowledging your body, acknowledging your space. Welcoming yourself to your body. With each breath, coming deeper and deeper to your presence, to your body, to your space, allowing anything that you may have interacted with before this moment or know you're going to be interacting with afterwards, just to slowly settle and ground from your body, from your field, as we ask for any and all cords that you may have in your body from anybody, any place, anything. Release from where they're ported into the body, welcoming your breath, your soul light into your body to fill those places, spaces, fill you up with you. And welcoming also any energies that are in your energy body, to gently release from the energy body. So again, breathing into your body, welcoming your soul energy to fill the whole energy body. Be whole and full and clear here. Feeling your feet on the ground, the floor. Letting your hands gently relax. Relax your face, your shoulders, and hips. As we welcome a white light around each body, and a white light around and through each of your spaces that you're in, whatever room you're in, or space you're in. That we also ask for any and all energies that were in this space, in the room around you, that are no longer needed. Gently dissolve, welcoming in only the highest, purest frequency of yourself, your soul, your being, what you're here to receive today, to fill the space around you. As we welcome a golden light to flow around us as a whole, welcoming all of those that are going to be on the replay to also be in this clear space. Good. Welcoming a nice that white light that's flowing around you in the space, to flow from the top of your head down through the center channel of your body, down through your head, down through your neck, down through your chest and your torso, down through your lower abdomen, all the way down through the root, all the way down through the floor and into the earth. Being received here by the clear, pure, crystalline heart of earth. Feel connected, to feel grounded in your body, in your space. Allowing that to be there as we welcome a breath of light, as it still holds in the center of the heart of earth, breathing that up through the center of the body, the lower spine, the lower abdomen, torso, the upper chest, the neck, the face, the head, all the way up to the top of the head, up through above the head and into source light. Connecting ourselves with frequency of ourself, the frequency of source, the frequency of our soul, letting that flow like a waterfall down and around the edges of your energy body, down into the center of earth and back up through the center of your body. Just letting that flow around that beautiful toroidal field of energy. We breathe into the heart, a few breaths into your heart, welcoming yourself into the pure heart of yourself, the pure heart of your soul, the pure heart of life itself. Breathing through your heart. If you wish to, bringing a color or vibration, a light into the center of your heart. It can be white, it can be gold, or whatever color feels resonant for you in this moment. Letting that expand above your heart, below your heart, in front and back, and all sides. The pure love of yourself, and letting that just expand, expand, expand. Beautiful. With gratitude for yourself, your body, your heart here, and gratitude for everybody that's in the space together to support, to receive, to connect. All of us that are present know that we in this moment, feeling your body, maybe any intentions or energy you would like to receive today, for any clarity, healing, guidance, being open to how you do receive that information. Take a deep breath in, feeling your feet, feeling your body, feeling the seat that you're on. And if you wish to, you can keep your eyes closed or you can open your eyes as I begin to share. So thank you everyone again for being here. As we begin July, so fun to always do this on the first of the month. Sometimes it's not always the first, depending on the days fall. So it's a special treat to always begin the month this way, to really tune into the energies that we've been experiencing and then what it's flowing into, what it's becoming. And as I was tuning into today, it was all about embodying the shift, because it's definitely been shifty lately. A lot of oscillations of energy happening, and I'll share more deeply about what I'm perceiving in the field, what's been happening, and if there's anything that you ever want to share in chat throughout this, of anything that you're experiencing, please feel free to do so. I'll read those as I share. And I just wanted to make an announcement. The Way of the Heart, the 4-week journey, is beginning this Friday, and we have a good group forming. And if anyone is feeling the call to really ground into the body right now through the heart and welcoming that essence and the crystallization of all these changes that are happening, to really come from the deep center, the pure love, the deep space of your heart, through your self-love, through your self-care, and also the way that really opens the intuition and the center channel of our body to be fully aware in our capacity of ourselves. We're going to be working with that a lot to support us through these changes that we're going through right now in our lives. So that starts Friday. So if anyone has interest in that, feel free to email me. We can set up a call if you're curious about more, and also the emails that are going out, that information is there. So come join us. So embodying the shift. Yes. So I just talking with different people and seeing what's happening in sessions right now with people. Wow. It seems like the acceleration and the deepening couldn't get any more intense, huh? Couldn't get any more intense. So embodying the shift is really about getting into that space of your consciousness that's welcoming the flow of these oscillations. And what I'm perceiving right now in as I'm watching the field, and as I've been sharing in other emails and gatherings, as I've been watching this big spiral that's been going through the earth and up through the sun and central sun, and how that's really creating this, magnetic shift as we're increasing the frequency, the electrical frequency that's coming through the photonic sun and what's waking up in the photons of our body. And right now, there's actually multiple spirals happening as there's a merging of timelines, as there's, as you might see it as a collapse. I've been watching the holographic fields kind of go, kind of, I don't know if you've ever seen those toys that are fashioned, based on Buckminster Fuller, but I had one for my son, and it'll expand out and then contract in, but it's all these geometries, right? That just can make out into a big ball, and then it comes down into to a center point, and it's just one geometry. And I'm just watching that happen right now. It's just multiple expansions and contractions at accelerated rates, of where it's like, ooh, we're coming in. What are you going to do with what's surfacing right now? That deep contraction of maybe a revelation or a knowing, or maybe an old pattern coming up. And whew, we're going to go back out. How far can you expand with that? How far can you take it? And then coming back in. It just keeps doing this. It just keeps doing this. And the pressure right now is really intense. And sometimes it's like, what plane are we on? Where are we? Right? Like what level of existence are we on right now? Because the dimensional shifts that are happening right now with that is really quite intense. Like last weekend for me, curious of what you've experienced, I felt altered all weekend. It was like, all right, I'm watching what's happening around me, but I didn't feel like I was here in this realm. And I was just kind of going in and out of different realms all weekend long and into the beginning of the week. And so as we're oscillating in these timelines, we're going to be met with maybe people showing up in our life again from different parts of our past, or newer connections are coming into our life, or things are really surfacing that we have a choice point with. That we have a choice to heal, or we have a choice to make new decisions, we have a choice to change. And it feels like there's an incredible amount of shifting happening. So if timelines are shifting, of things that you thought you were going to be doing that aren't happening, or things that you didn't even think of that are going to be, that are coming into your field happening, there's so much deconstructing itself right now, and constructing at the same time that it can feel a little topsy-turvy and in and out of space. And there's a lot of clarity coming in with that too. A lot of clarity coming in with that. And a lot of opportunity. A lot of opportunity to really get into that space of the heart, of the body. And one of the key pieces we're going to be doing in the way of the heart too is stabilizing that centered space, stabilizing this. So as we're moving through this, we're like, stabilizing the body, because the body right now is like, whoa, you may be feeling, I know some people are saying, I'm feeling dizzy, I'm feeling nauseous, I'm feeling a little unstable, or there's a lot of physical issues popping up, or the deeper etheric healings popping up, that are making the body feel a little uh, uncomfortable. A lot of vivid dreams still and showing. Uh, so there's a lot of that happening. And so right now it's about embodying this shift. It's getting grounded, it's getting stable, it's getting that connection within that center point of the system, so that as these keep happening, because I'm watching that we're going to be going through this for some months to come, as as the nature of reality is trying to stabilize itself, into its pure form again. And it's going to take a lot of what I'm seeing, a lot of focus, while we just allow there's that focus within the stillness. I've talked about that a lot before, where we allow ourselves to rest, we allow ourselves to just observe, we allow ourselves that neutrality, we allow ourselves that space not to judge the intensity that's happening or judge the things that we're seeing out in the world that are happening with this intensity, and bring it back home. Just keep bringing it back home. Focus on the self, focus on, all right, what's coming alive for me? Coming alive for me, and how much can I really sit with this, be with this, connect with it, and let it do what it wants to do, right? Let it move me how it wants to move me. Let it show up for me how it wants to show up for me. And meet and greet each moment from that stable place from within myself. And I definitely had some practice with that this week with with my son breaking his wrist and having surgery and being out of town, this week, and just being like, all right, here we go. And it changed the whole trajectory of our plans for the summer. I had all these, travel plans lined up. I was like, oh, well, he's got appointments when we were going to be over here in another state, going, okay, well, that's what's happening right now. It's kind of like everything will just get thrown up in the air. And I'm just curious. I'm just curious to see, what's here. What's here? What do I get to do with this? What wants to be experienced rather than what I had, planned. So it's kind of letting ourselves be in that flow, in that space of going, curiosity, deep curiosity and allowance right now. And that can create a stability in the system, because then we're not resisting or fighting, and that neutrality and that curiosity goes, and when we are in that deep curiosity of it, in that moment when things seem like it's a little out there for us, it brings our energy back into our body. It brings that opportunity to just watch and listen. To just watch and listen. And when we do that, when I'm watching that, when I'm being shown how what's happening right now, even deeper, is a lot of the starseed things on the planet that came here. There's many other planets like Earth that are alive with a lot of this energy. And what's happening is it's living organism that we are as space. Like our bodies are one beautiful living organism. But the greater system of the other planets, the other stars, it's a living organism, right? It's not these static things in space just floating around. It's a living, communicating organism. And what I'm seeing right now is each planet, like Earth is waking up, the living consciousness, the elements, but all of the starseed DNA that's here, all of the different diverse life that's here on this planet from all these other planets, it wants to be alive as one living organism again. There's a lot more communication from this DNA of our bodies, from the inhabitants, the beings on this planet that are from other planets, including, part of us that are hybrids and different things like that. The expansion of the communication through these other planets and stars is expanding and waking up, and there's a lot more movement of energy. So that, again, just like we have the organs in our body and the blood and everything that flows together to operate, this greater expanse of the living organism of our universe, of our multiverse, is healing and coming alive and connecting again. And that's what we're doing with the brain and the heart and our bodies and our soul, is that deep connection. Think about that with every living thing, with every planet, with every star happening right now. It's a pretty massive amount of energy moving. And so that's maybe what you're feeling, those maybe pulls to different things, or different things showing up in your life, because it wants to expand us. It wants to open us so that we have that greater capacity of awareness and communication, not with just ourselves, but all of these things that we have gathered over our lifetimes that wants to be embodied. That wants to be embodied and seen and felt and heard. So that we are really being that true human, or true being that is bridging this great expanse of our soul, of ourself in this life now. So it's quite impressive what we're all maybe becoming aware of and choosing to be in this life with at this time. So, so embodying the shift is all about that. What's present for you now, staying focused on what's present for you, and letting things of the past heal and not getting too far out into the future, right? Staying so present that we're stable in the present. We're stable in what's aligning and what's coming alive for us, and welcoming that to then create what's next for us. Create the space that is coming to us, that breathing, living expanse, because there's things that are fading and dissolving and coming alive. And so we're gonna play with that in our meditation. We're gonna go into our meditation now, so that we can look at where we are in our bodies right now, to uh, maybe where we're feeling stable, maybe where we're feeling unstable, and bridge that gap, right? So that we can really embody what is present for us, what's been coming alive for us, where our body is needing some support to feel aligned, and where our mind or our heart is feeling that as well. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, Claudia. Feeling like you haven't been, like you've been in your mind and your heart and not showing up for yourself, and hard to focus. Yeah, judgmental of yourself. Yeah. Exhausting, pressure, hard to breathe. So hopefully this meditation will help, because we're going to be working with that, and that heart space that we're talking about that's coming alive right now, big time. This is the seed of our life, our heart, and it's really the seed of our life. And so as our heart is saying, connect with me, connect with me, connect with me, that's where we start to notice, how much we are in our thoughts, how much we are in our mind, how much we are caught up in the loops of life, right? And we go, wait. And so there can be that pressure at first, that discomfort at first of connecting into the heart, because it's, it can be foreign. But this is an opportunity, especially with the way of the heart, the forming journey we're going to do, is an opportunity to really get into the heart and let the mind connect in, and then let the heart connect to the mind, right? And then the body, the whole field of the experience, right? So we can really stabilize the systems that are really coming alive, the heart system of our life, the heart system of our body, but also the heart system of the planet, the heart system of the universe, so that we're really allowing this. So, ah, yeah, yeah, and just here looking at shifting what happens in family. Oh, my volume keeps changing. I don't know if everyone else is experiencing that. Is my volume going up and down? My voice a little bit? No. Some people are saying no. Some people are saying sort of. It's okay. Thanks, Rita. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's on your end. I'm not sure. Um, so yeah, when we go through these awakenings, when we go through this process, and that's what's happening with technology. Technology's been all over the place right now too. It's like the electromagnetics of the planet as it shifts, and all this stuff is happening. It's like electronics don't know how to, it's scrambling a lot of things. Yeah, you've been exhausted, Carol. Yeah. So so the program of judgment, so we can work with that. So I appreciate everyone that's writing in the chat, and where there's a lot of people feeling judgment in their systems or in their bodies, and that can start to happen too. And also just relationships. It's powerful in families when we're waking up and we're recognizing what's happening, and maybe we're not fully aligned, with even family or friends or people, and we do have to step away. We do have to step away because of the relationships aren't, coherent, and it's not the space we actually want to be connecting into. And it's challenging in these times where we do have these choice points of what is best for us, what is best for us right now. And sometimes stepping away for a little bit can really be nourishing, right? Can really be nourishing as you focus on yourself and let yourself focus on yourself. And I think that's a huge thing in life that people don't recognize on this path, that, some people are like, it's selfish or whatever. It's like, no, it's like, uh, uh, this is what we get to do. This is our path. This is your life. You get to direct it. You get to choose, right? And if there's things that don't feel good in your life, then, step away. And Beverly's asking, what do you mean by step away? And step away, I mean, take a break. Don't communicate. Don't interact. It's like taking a break. It's like, just saying, hey, I'm going to step away for a little bit. I'm going to focus on me, do me. And when it feels aligned that I want to connect again, we will. Right? Like, for example, I hadn't really talked to my son's dad in a while. Gosh, I mean, we've emailed just to go over a couple things here and there, but actually saw him and talked to him in 2 years. And actually just spent the weekend with him and my son and his grandmother because of what happened with his wrist. And like, that's what I'm saying, is these crossings are happening right now. And it was perfect. It was fine. Great conversation, great connection. There was healing that happened, So it was just like, it's like being able to let life bring us what's necessary in the moment for us to have what we're here to create and do and be. And then it's like, when things are aligned to come back into your life, they'll come back into your life. Right? And it's letting go of the judgment of ourselves on what we're choosing, in our experience, and letting people be them. But the most important thing we can do at this time, when things are shifting and changing for us so intensely, is to take that time for ourselves, focus on ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what our soul wants, Yeah, T, exhausted. Yes, not getting projects done. So this is where we get to say, well, rest. Sometimes we put the doing as a priority over ourselves. Maybe the doing maybe we need to take a break from the doing and rest. What's the necessity of the projects, right? What's the necessity of the projects? Let yourself rest and align with the projects, not trying to force the projects, right? In life, the doing in life. That's the one thing that I've learned a lot and I think that can just allow us to get into that stillness, get into that rest, get into that space. And then when we feel that inspiration, then we get up and we do it. And it feels much better because we're not battling in our heads that, I got to get this done. I got to create this, or I got to do that. It's like, why? Really go in, look at each project and say, what's the motivation or inspiration to do this? And is it worth the mental, having to do it? Or the physical having to do it? Where's the should? Let go of the shoulds and the have tos and say, take care here. Let's take care here. That's what we're really called to do right now. Let's take care of ourselves right here. Right? And that's the way of the heart. Let's take care of ourselves right here. First. We're first. It's time for us to be first. Yeah. 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 And the judgment towards ourselves is, if we're tired, then we're going to judge ourselves for not doing something. It's like, hey, there's so much moving in our field right now that maybe we don't even recognize that's creating a tiresome, because our physical bodies are trying to keep up with the underlying stuff that's happening, let alone life itself, our stuff. Let's just take some rest and not judge ourselves. Let's go, this is where I am right now. Now's a new moment. Now's a new opportunity to connect with myself and make a choice. And if we stay in the choice of judgment, then what are we doing? We're staying in the choice of disconnect. Instead of going, wow, okay, that was that. This is now. What can I do now to support myself? And it can be a challenging loop to break. And at the same time, just acknowledging the judgment, acknowledging the judgment, right? I hear you. I hear the thoughts. I feel the emotions. I hear them. And I'm right here, right now. So what do I get to do with my energy right now? That would feel nourishing and good for me right now. Just let that go, right? So let's do that. Let's go into meditation. Let's do that. Let's nourish ourselves right now. Yeah, there's one quick thing here before we go into meditation. Yeah, how do you step away? Well, this is when you have boundaries. So what I'm hearing here is, we've been taught weak boundaries in this life. We have been taught weak boundaries of to be the authority of ourselves, right? And so when you want to step away from family or people and they're calling you and texting you, you decide when you're going to answer. You decide when you're going to respond. Just because they're calling and texting doesn't mean you have to answer. And what they need is space from you too, because you're not available to show up. It's going to make them have to go inside or do something, right? It's your choice. It's your choice. So that's the edge. That's the edge, right? Of going, it's coming in, and I'm just gonna let that be. Call's coming in, the text is coming in, and I'll get to it later, right? So letting those cords go, letting the obligation go, right? There's no obligation here. Your obligation is to yourself, especially if that's what your guidance is telling you to. Right here, right now. Yeah. So let's take a breath in. You're welcome, Rita. Yeah, thank you for bringing this in. It's going to support a lot right now with people. So let's take a deep breath in and welcome yourself to your body. Welcome yourself to your breath again. And just acknowledge anything you heard or you felt in what was just transmitted, what we just spoke about, what people were sharing. If there was anything resonant there for you, or anything that you're curious about, or anything that you're just like, I'll leave that. Just letting let's just welcome in a white waterfall of light from above our heads to go around our bodies and down through. Allowing us to integrate what we heard, what we felt that's aligned and resonant for us, and then let anything release and go that isn't here for us today from what we shared. And just come into the center of our body again, but taking a moment to center into your body. Asking your body, where's the most stable centered point of my body right now? Maybe it's a sensation you'll feel, or a knowing, or a vision of where it is in your body. Maybe it's in your heart, maybe it's in your gut, maybe it's in your feet, or maybe it's your whole body, the center of your head. Just welcoming yourself, inviting yourself to the most centered, stable part of your physical body. Taking a deep breath there. Taking a deep breath there. And as you take a deep breath there, just letting yourself settle more deeply into your seat, feeling the texture of the seat below you. Letting yourself feel your feet on the ground. And as you allow yourself to feel your feet on the ground, just welcoming, we're going to welcome in the clearest of energy that welcomes your soul, welcomes your connection to self, to be strong, to be clear, full right now within you. And as we welcome that thread of clarity, we're going to welcome it to enter the mind, the heart, the whole body. Just inviting it in, welcoming yourself at the same time to be neutral. We're going to welcome our mind, our hearts, our bodies, all levels of our being to be the observer. Just observe ourselves, to witness ourselves. Just step into that place where you're willing to be curious and just notice yourself, what's present here for you. Just welcoming that stable place within your body to expand. Even if it feels like it's a small place, just breathe into it, welcome it to expand, and welcome any places of your body that maybe feel uncomfortable, or your mind or your heart that feel uncomfortable. To just breathe and welcome that stable part of your body, the stable part of your energy into that we're welcoming our clear, stable energy into any parts of ourselves that are feeling unstable or uncomfortable, to create a strength. And as we're welcoming that, just breathing with it, just breathing with it, just breathing with it, so that we can embrace those parts of ourselves right now, to embrace ourselves as we welcome in. We're going to welcome in the essence of pure love, pure acceptance, pure dedication to the self. As we're welcoming this stability to flow and expand through us, let's just ask ourselves here from this neutral point, how much of me am I willing to embody today? How much of me am I willing to stabilize? How much of this shift am I willing to connect with today? Just being okay, just welcoming that neutral space to be okay with whatever part of you is willing. Whatever part of you is willing supports so much right now. Even if it feels like a little bit, or if it feels like a lot. Whatever part of you is open to you today. Just acknowledging that part of you that's open for you today. Saying thank you. Thank you for being willing right now. Thank you for being willing. Thank you for being here with me right now. We know it's not always easy. We know it's not always easy. Whatever part's open and willing right now, and that part knows that it can do and meet the not easy in this moment. Willing and can. Taking a deep breath and just noticing this pure love of the part of you that is willing, the pure love of you, the part of you that's and the pure love of the part of you that's willing, letting that highlight maybe any other part of you that's been challenged or feel like you've been struggling with recently. And just welcoming that part of you that's willing, the part of you that's expanded and open and stable and strong to embrace the part of you that feels challenged or struggled or uncomfortable or questioning or doubtful, confused. Just welcoming that stable energy to surround it, welcoming it in, just welcoming that stable part of you to receive anything, any information from that you need right now. Maybe it just needs to be loved. Maybe it just needs to be seen. Maybe it just needs to be held right. Maybe it wants to share something with you to support you. Welcoming yourself to meet this part of you. Remembering this part of you is you. You get to open to you. Maybe find a greater love, a greater connection, greater. Yeah, good. So we're just going to allow that embrace to maybe dissolve any places in your body that are holding it, welcoming the parts of your body to soften that have been holding it. Maybe any tension in your body and your mind. We'll ask that a golden light, or just asking a frequency or a color that supports you the most, that's embracing this struggle or challenge, to welcome it to just soften and soften and soften, and welcome your body to soften with it, your mind to soften with it. Any emotion that's coming up with it, we're just going to welcome any of the grief, any of the discomfort. Yeah, I'm just feeling that. We're just going to do a collective healing here with this vibration and this light to soften the body and the mind, to release the tensions that are being held, so that there's an opportunity. Yeah, a lot of tension down through the spine and through the heart space here, to welcome yourself home to yourself. And if it feels aligned, you can place a hand on your heart and a hand anywhere else on your body that you want to, yeah, bring in this pure love of self, this pure love of being, this pure love of welcoming the stability of your experience into the moment. Yeah, good. And as we're welcoming this pure love to just flow through the body and dissolve these tensions, dissolve these struggles, dissolve this, welcoming in the inner guidance that you know is present. Maybe things you've been hearing to feel or to do or to be, welcoming that into the stability, that stable part of the body, and to expand through you. Maybe in this moment, make an intention, a choice, that how you're going to say yes to the change, say yes to the shift, say yes to what you know is needed for you in this moment, whether it's a shift in thought or a shift in action or behavior. That willing part of yourself, call upon that willing part of yourself to deepen that yes, deepen. Oh, so that we can embody who we are in this shift right now. As we're allowing things to show up in our lives that are here to give us information, and then to expand our awareness, expand our self connection, expand ourself. And as we're doing this, any of the judgment that you've held towards yourself, let's welcome a golden ball of light out in front of us. And you're going to ask all the judgment that you've held against yourself or against others or against the world or this body or anything. Let it flow out to that golden ball of light. Imagine that golden ball of light just inviting it all in to be transmuted. And as it's flowing out of your body into that golden ball of light, we're going to ask for this heart's expanded space of the willingness and that stability of your body to fill up all that space and place within your body, within your energy body, that this judgment is held in. Good. Any of the emotions, just let yourself feel it. Let yourself feel any of the sadness or the grief or the frustration, and then let that take a deep breath with that and let that be filled with the willingness of the self to shift and embody what's here for you now. Breath. Welcoming in the clarity of what's here for you now. Welcoming in the clarity of what's here for you now. Welcoming the clarity of what's here. Letting that really fill your body, whatever level of clarity it is, whatever level of willingness and stability it is, just giving gratitude for it, for yourself, for this body, for this shift that is taking place within you and around you and through you. That you're welcoming yourself home to yourself through this even more. Your heart, just taking a deep breath through your heart, saying yes to the embodiment of the change. And we're going to welcome in, seeing this beautiful iridescent light full of beautiful colors in here to surround each one of you. Welcome any healing to your physical body, to your mind, to your heart. So just welcoming and asking that energy to heal anything that you wish to heal within your body and your experience. Beautiful. Just feeling that welcoming in, that willingness again to be in the pure love of your heart, of yourself. Any feeling of pure love that you can feel in this moment, just letting it flow through and expand through your body, through your cells. And in this moment, again, saying yes to the embodiment of whatever shift you're experiencing. Feeling your feet, feeling your body. Allow the clarity around your field. I'm just seeing this energy around each one of you that will support you for the rest of the day, and just allowing ah, good. Allow yourself to feel your body, your hands, your feet, welcoming yourself to your heart, to your space. Having gratitude for whatever level of yourself showed up, whatever level of healing and clarity and transformation took place. Breath into your body, welcoming yourself to this space, knowing that you'll be held in a space of integration for a while. And as we bring ourselves back to our body, we're going to call in a beautiful, just seeing this rose gold light in the center of our circle of light that we've all created here. And we can breathe through our hearts. And then we're going to welcome this energy to ripple out through the space around us, through the whole home, through our neighborhoods, through this clear, pure heart, through the town we're in, through the state, through the country, through the planet, through the center of the planet, all the way through as far out as it wants to expand, so that we're welcoming all that are needing any healing energy right now, all that is needed to come into the stable space of the body, the stable place of the mind and the heart, or just the energy frequency of life itself to receive, receive, receive themselves in this clarity and purity. As we're received with so much gratitude from all of our guides, all that is supporting this shift on this planet and with us right now, our souls, ourselves, and just bringing energy back to your body, your heart, taking a deep breath and just filling yourself up with this pure light. Beautiful. Feeling again your body, your hands, your feet, yourself, coming into gratitude for yourself in this space together here today. And everything that everyone is sharing and all that's being received and supported in the field. Thank you. So you just allow yourself to move, to do what feels aligned for you to support your body and yourself right now. If you need to remain in stillness, you can remain in stillness. If you're ready to move and shift, please do drink some water. And I'll just share some things and then comment on some comments, and we'll just open it up if people want to share here. A lot just shifted there. I just felt a lot of those spaces that maybe we've been holding and contracted around, felt a lot open, felt a lot of emotions move, and I'm also still feeling like there's spaces where there's still that resistance or that the tension, just acknowledging that. Okay, that happened, right? Um, and recognizing that the mass expanse that we're all feeling, it's happening throughout the collective. Right? And yeah, Rita says, thank you. That is wonderful. I needed to hear that. And yeah, my grief is leaving. I needed this. Thank you. Yeah, Rita, thank you for helping me allow this sadness within to be able to let go and come out of my mind of judging self and come into my heart to feel the shift, to be pure love and light for all humanity. Thank you. Thank you. Heart and soul feels brighter. Thank you. Absolutely. Uh, yeah, I feel that, it can be challenging when these things come up for ourselves and we just get caught in it, and so it's like, maybe at this moment when you're in this space, write yourself a little reminder note, stick it somewhere, or find an object that's your grounding place of, remember the light, remember the love, remember that this is just a place that I get to view. And what I welcome even more is the curiosity. When we're in the judgment of self, we get to be curious. We get to say, hi, judgment. Hey there. You showed up again, or the sadness or the grief or whatever the struggle is. Hey, you showed up again. Hi. What's here? What do we get to communicate with each other about? What do we get to converse about? And also serve, like, what is this? Why am I choosing to hold on to the judgment? Right? What is it serving for me to hold on to it? Maybe because sometimes what's happening is there's another level of energy that's opening up within us that's hitting that, right? And so sometimes this is what's happening in the collective. Because Alice, you asked that earlier, like, why are different things from the past showing up? It is a massive collective experience right now, where things are crossing and expanding and opening, and those cross points that we're coming at, where those people or those places or those messages are showing up for us, those crossings of consciousness again. Like, what's here for us? What are we needing to bring into that, or to let go from that, or to dissolve from that, or recognize from that? What's the deeper learning, right, that's coming alive for us through that? And so that's the curiosity. When something shows up, you go, hello. What are you showing me? What are you showing me? What's here for me? And so sometimes when we're going through these massive shifts, if there's an energy that wants to open up within you, but there's something there, it's going to butt up against it, right? Maybe that's something that's wanting to expand within you is butting up against the judgment that you've held. So you get to say, hey, okay, over here, I've got something that's moving the energy, that's hitting the judgment. So let's bring them together. Let's welcome them together. Okay. What's here for me? Why am I choosing the judgment over the curiosity? So when we're in those spaces, it's opening up to communication with ourselves and the emotion or the thought or the feeling. Oh, hey, pain in the body. Hi. What's here? What are you showing me? It's like when we can come into that curiosity and have those conversations with ourselves or with the messages or with the experiences, whew, so much can happen instead of getting caught in the circulation of the thoughts or the doubt. Maybe sometimes it's not a mental conversation. Maybe we need to write it out. Okay, I'm feeling judgment, feeling this, and this is happening, and I'm feeling, just so our mind, we can like let our stream of consciousness out and let it all flow. And then like, oh, I'm feeling, oh, that's there. Oh, that's there, right? So finding some way to move the energy. We need to go for a walk and just stare at the trees and say, okay, trees, I'm feeling judgment. Can you maybe, it's like, it's that welcoming. Yeah, Alice. So yes, that's what I'm been saying to myself. I've got the message a few times that some things are being brought up to show me where I was then and how much I've grown since then. To honor yourself, absolutely. That can definitely be the reflection. That can definitely be the reflection, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful. And Thea, yes, I feel me again. I'm sending all you energy now. Yay. And Heather, honey, yay, I'm so grateful. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. And Wade, that was amazing. Feeling at peace, relaxed with ease and grace. Yeah, and Carol, I've had a small part of a severe trauma come up. I need to clear it all out and not hang on to it. Yeah, isn't that life? It's like these little and big, traumas that hit our field or our awareness. We're like, whoa. And then a lot of those are coming up right now to be meted and greeted again. Say hi. Because our bodies don't want to hold on to it in this mass frequency of energy that's moving through the planet and the field. It's like if because there's that idea that the spiritual thing is like, oh, I'm just going to shift into light and love, and it's like, yeah, you will, but you got to go through this first. You got to clear up the space for it to come in, right? And we're inherently light. That's been proven. We're inherently our physical bodies and our energy and the spark of light at conception and all of that. It's been proven we're light. So what we're doing is we're clearing up the space for that energy to move more fluidly, more powerfully, more potently, and that light's going to hit those things, right? It's going to be like, ooh, hey, got to illuminate this. And so that's the journey. And so if we're going to be in judgment of ourselves because of it, then that light can't flow, right? That energy can't flow, our self can't flow. Yeah. 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 And so Alice is asking, are a lot of you being called to boundary setting for yourself and with others? Yeah, that's huge right now. Boundaries are huge right now. And Carol, yes, creating boundaries, not giving myself away anymore. Thea, I have. Yeah, absolutely. And that's huge, right? Boundaries are huge. And boundaries aren't, I think people have this idea that in this light and love and this expansion of self, there's no boundaries. Oh, we're all one. We gotta be okay with everything and communicate with everything. And it's like, we'll get there. That's not now. We'll get there, right? Right now, we're clarifying this. We're clarifying ourselves, right? And so in clarifying ourselves, we have to see what we're resonant with and what we're not resonant with and stop leaking our energy to those things that we're not resonant with. We got to call our energy back. Get this whole and stable and connected. And then, we'll see where that leads. That's the deepest curiosity I have. If I'm doing that, then what's life going to be like with those people or those experiences then? So, this idea of being an empath, yeah, Alice, is an empath that can be challenging, but I feel like it's needed to stand in our empowerment. Absolutely. So being empathic, that we feel for others and we want to care for others, a lot of times that's also coming from a wounded place. What's really needed is turning that energy 180 degrees back to ourself. Where are you caring for yourself? What that means is that you have a greater clarity to connect. That doesn't mean you have to be tied in, right? So it's like recognizing that energy. It's like when you notice yourself being pulled to something else, empathetic does it. So I feel like, this idea, we're sensitive, so we're more open. And that's when we have to go, okay, I'm feeling sensitive. I'm feeling like I'm getting drawn to this. Calling it back to myself. Calling it back to myself. Where in my mind do I feel I have the obligation or the responsibility? Where in my system do I feel I have the obligation or responsibility to do that? Yeah, the wound of needing to be needed. Yeah. So that idea, so if we're kind of, if that's what's alive in you, anybody here, the wound of needing to be needed, it's going, I need me. If I'm still calling out to the world to validate me, then I'm wide open and anything can come in. And then my system is, is compromised. My field is compromised. My mind, my heart, my experience is compromised. So then it's mustering that strength and that bravery and that courage to say, I need me. What's been needed all along is I need me. I need me, right? And the more we can step into that, go into that sadness or that grief or that discomfort of where we haven't felt needed on the outside and we choose to need ourselves, then they meet and we strengthen that capacity to just stay with ourselves. And then from that place, that curiosity again, kind of experiences am I going to create then? Who's going to be in my life then when I'm stable and taking care of and taking care of that needing of myself with myself? That's where we're at right now. That planetary shift of that collective thing of going, all right here. Let's focus there. Right? So, Rita, wow, that's simply amazing. So helpful, good, Rita. Thank you. And Alice, oh yes, that's been a major lesson. Knowing that I can stand in the gap for others, but I call back my power, giving myself what I need through my higher power's guidance. Absolutely beautiful. Well done. Yeah. Yeah. So it's that practice, just becomes the practice. Feel my energy going out towards that and then noticing where it's coming from. If we're in that communication of ourselves, and that's the awareness we're coming into, that self-awareness, that's what this embodiment, this remembrance, this shift is the self-awareness, right? And so when we go, oh, my energy's going that way. Oh, why is my energy going that way? What's within me that I'm letting my energy go that way? Right. Oh, it's that. Back. Right? Yeah, we learn to listen to what our body needs, our mind needs, our heart needs, our whole being needs, right? And so that's the greatest healing we can do for ourselves right now. And put it out there. That's what the way of the heart is all about. Being here, stabilizing us, stabilizing our system, stabilizing our process, stabilizing our connection, right? Because again, I'll say it again, there's that that feeling of obligation or responsibility of our soul, of our mission on this planet. It's like, our mission is this, our purpose is this, our purpose is us. And then naturally we express the greater purpose of the soul when we make us the mission first and us the purpose first. Let's be whole again, right? Let's be whole again, connected again. And that's what we're doing. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. Yeah, does anyone else feel led to nature and then know they need to recharge, take time for themselves? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this morning I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to go stand on the grass, look at the sun, connect with my plants and the trees around us. It's just that's because what I'm seeing, this is another thing. I was actually, when I was out sitting and talking to my son's dad the other day, we were sitting outside, and my son's grandmother is quite the gardener. She has just beautiful plants and flowers everywhere that she's cultivated in her yard for years. And we were talking about what's happening right now. Yeah, Carol says, yes, nature big time. It is because of the elemental consciousness and the consciousness that's waking up right now, and our bodies are made of the elements of nature, right? That, and as nature is coming alive, that consciousness is coming alive, what would feel the best, right? To be in what's alive, to be in what we are. That's nature. We are nature. Nature it's that synergy. And it's calling that balance again. It's calling us home to itself. The elements, the living consciousness is calling us home to itself. So nature, right? The beauty. And I was sitting there looking at a flower and we were sitting there talking, and I could just feel it feeling us, and that communication and that connection of being like, this is that cycle of breathing, right? We feed it, they feed us, nature. And so as we're becoming more into that exchange of our soul and our bodies, the more we're getting into that exchange of life itself in our body. So naturally, nature is where that's at. And nature, I'm also is hearing uh, what I'm also seeing with nature is that just as we're welcoming the balance in our physical bodies and whatever that means for us, our balance is going to be different. My balance is going to be different than your balance, right? We're going to need different foods or different things, different experiences, right? For our balance. Nature itself, it was really interesting. It came in and it showed me, hey, we want that balance too of how we're treated, how we're cultivated, how we're connected to, right? So when you go into nature, talk to nature, connect with the tree, connect with the grass, connect with the plants, the air, the clouds, the sky, the birds, the creatures, the animals. Feel just as you're opening communication to yourself, open that communication with gratitude and love and connection, right? Because nature is saying, hey, we want to be where it was kind of funny. It's just like these star seeds opening up on the planet and, all us saying, I want to be home again. I want to be home again. The plants want to be home again. Nature wants to be home again. So what we're doing right now is creating home. We're creating a new home. We're creating what we call the new earth, right? We're creating a new home. We're creating a new home for ourselves. We're creating a home for nature that's in balance and that's in synergy. So So that's the call of nature within our bodies too, our elements, the elements of our body saying, hey, go where I am, get on the ground, get in water, get in, get there. Be in the air, be in the breeze, be in the sun. Yeah. Yeah. Alice, I find the animals, pets connecting with me, gravitating to me. Yeah. And Carol, hugging a tree literally helps my heart center. I feel the thrum of the life in the tree and it calms me and puts me beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much. Perfect. Yeah, I saw a doctor with a meter show how holding one little branch grounded him. Great, absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, this planet's electromagnetic. Our bodies are electromagnetic. When we have our feet on the ground or when we're touching nature, when we're in connection with nature, and it could even be your house plant or, if you can't get outside for some reason, stick your hand in the soil of your house plant or touch your plant, connect, talk with your plant, touch your plant. Um, we are life, we're exchanging life force energy. We're exchanging that electromagnetic field that generates life, right? It's a battery. It's basically, we're a big battery and nature's a big battery. And when we connect that way, we're charging the life force within. So yeah. And the wind reacts. Oh yeah. Ah, wow, so good. I love this exchange, and with the field of energy that we've created here today. It's really, really beautiful, really powerful. And I appreciate each one of you co-creating this space today and being a part of it. So, ah, yeah, that's what I love when we get together. So, So yeah, just sharing again, if what we did today feels resonant for you, we're going to be going even deeper with that and more, contained with that through the way of the heart that starts this Friday with our opening ceremony. Then we start ceremonies next Tuesday for 4 weeks. So if that feels resonant and you want to go create this space for yourself more, that information will be in the replay email and you can connect with me about it. Just email me. And then also, yeah, just keep taking care of yourself, connecting with yourself, communicating with yourself, and allowing this energy to flow. So, Carol, I felt way off track this morning, kind of imploding a bit. So this helps so much. Thank you. I feel like me again. Yeah. Great. I'm so glad. I know those moments. Woo. So let's take a deep breath of gratitude and connection and welcoming the integration and the settling of all this energy that took place here together today. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Welcoming the generation of our life force energy to in our soul and our clarity and our connection to support us and open and expand what's possible for us here in life at this moment through this shift as we embody more of who we are. And welcome more stillness and quietness and curiosity, engagement, and willingness to take care of ourselves and be clear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. thank you to yourself. Thank you for everyone here, for everyone on the replay. Thank you. Appreciate all of you so much. And if you wish to give for our time together today, those links are in the emails as well. And thank you, Claudia. You're very quiet. So I'll send this replay out and know that this meditation is here. If you're in one of those moments, of imploding, or, one of those moments of challenge or struggle or judgment, go, wait, got something, and just listen to it again to support you in shifting, allowing. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all, and so much love. And we'll be together soon again, and connect with me if you're interested in the way of the heart. Love you all. Yeah, thank you, Gianna. And Manisha, I'll get to your question. Yeah, so I love you all. I'll send you a message. So thank you. Love you all. Be well. Love you, Heather. Thank you, Alice. Hearts to all of you.